Hello, I'm Jonesy. Welcome to my first devlog video. I'll be showing the progress I've made working on a multiplayer survival base building IO game for the last month. This day I got all my core artwork gathered up. Before the first day of development, I worked on getting the sprites created. I made 2 player sprites, the hands and the head, along with a sniper rifle, a shotgun, and bullets. I dragged the player into Unity, wrote a quick movement script, and made the player follow the mouse, incorporating Unity's deprecated network software called Unet. I got 2 clients open, and ta-da, just like that my multiplayer started working. By this point I had replaced my original sniper sprite with a new one. With the new sniper rifle, I added some nice recoil animations to add some liveliness to the gunshots. I managed to instantiate the bullets, but forgot to add force to them. So when I ran the game, I was met with this silly surprise. They stood absolutely still. Oh yeah, and they also have a pretty sick particle trail. I then created a grid for the map and added propulsion to the bullets. But I think I added force to the rigged body every frame instead of setting a steady velocity. So the bullets did some odd swirly dancey thing. Oh, and I forgot to make a condition so that they got destroyed, so I had a bunch of bullets laying around. I quickly fixed those issues and continued on the next day. This day I added a wooden building structure. I didn't set up all the collisions, but I did spend some time making sure it worked correctly in multiplayer. I also created a mini-map, a game map, and trees for gathering wood. That was it for the second day. And now comes days 3 through 5. At this point, I realized that my game was running on a deprecated system. What I needed to do was upgrade my project to a newer version of Unity and use a networking system called Mirror. So that's what I did. I replaced all my Unet multiplayer scripts and components with Mirror scripts and components. There were a few errors and things I didn't quite understand, but I got them all sorted out in the end. Days 6 through 7. Over the next few days, I added a button GUI? Over the next few days, I added a button GUI and a player name tag, and then spent an hour or so trying to get a nice shadow on the player to make it look cool. And I mean, it turned out nice. And then came along day 8. On the 8th day, I began creating NPCs, non-player characters. The first NPC I created was the Demon, an NPC capable of teleporting you to another world, hell or underworld realm, where you can fight bosses. The NPCs are programmed to look at the client, on all clients, so if you and your friend are both in the game, the Demon NPC will look at either one of you on both of your screens. So if you're on your client and you're just walking around, the Demon will follow you on your screen, and your friend's screen, it'll do the same. After day 8, I took a break from the longer sessions of game development for about a week. I still got a few minor things done, but that's about it. Now it was day 9, I guess. This day I fixed all the wall collisions I'd been having issues with earlier. Earlier I was able to place the walls on top of each other, and it looked sort of bad, and sort of phasing into each other. So I finally found out how to fix this issue. It actually took a bit longer than it should have. Then day 10 rolled around, and on day 10 I fixed the GUI and item system. The old way of item switching was using some hacky system where you pressed random keys and cycled with the spacebar, making for a rather confusing experience. I cleaned all of this up, making the buttons functional on the GUI, and letting the number keys control the current item in your hand. On day 11 I made wood destroyable. It really helped with being able to make creative structures, and surprisingly it took a lot longer than I thought it would. Day 12 was effectively the last day. This day was one of the most important days for the project. I created a new object, Doors. I wanted these objects to be able to be opened, but I couldn't just use the hit button, because how would I break them? Would they just have to be indestructible? Nope, I added another function. The right click is now the interact button, and allows you to open or close doors and interact with NPCs. The door itself has two states, open and closed. The closed state is fully tangible and prevents you from entering a building. The open state has no hitbox at all, and is tilted 90 degrees at its hinge, allowing you to enter the base. And this is where the game is now. It's still untitled. Any name ideas would be great. If you have any suggestions for features I should add, just leave them in the comments section. Oh yeah, and join the Discord server in the description. The numbered days in the video were just the main days of development. I skipped days that just dealt with debugging errors or small fixes to the game. Thank you for watching the progression of my game over the last month. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like it. If you want to watch more devlogs, you should subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't have to worry when I upload. Thank you so much for watching. See ya.